There is a new jewel in town, and it is hiding inside the old company store. After 23 years in the business, Sandy Assad, owner of the old company store, retired, closing down the small boutique shop. Now, 3 years later, a new tenant has moved in. While in the mission to preserve the building's history, the new owner came with her own flair and added a twist to the historical building, Tremont now. So WCTV visited the new shop and sat down with the owner.
So I think that one has the tobacco
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So this is your heaven. It's my heaven too. I feel like it's my heaven as well.
It's a very comfortable place.
It is.
Yeah.
So, and to point out, we have some Christmas trees behind me. This some of the trees that you featured, right,
Yep.
during Christmas time.
Absolutely. And we felt like seasonally, people still like to find those little mementos, those little ornaments that they're going to take home. And so we'll always have Christmas trees in the building.
Okay, wonderful. Now, what's the origin of the name of the store,
Oh,
Echo?
Echo.
Yeah, where does that come from?
Well, my name's Elizabeth.
Yes.
And so the Tremont Nail Company store was here for years. And then the old company store was here for years. And because of legislator and, paperwork and legalese, I couldn't keep the name of the old store. We all still call it the Tremont Nail store. We all still call it the company store. So Echo was the best, I don't remember what you call that word when you put 4 letters together.
Acronym?
But yeah, it was
Okay.
the best acronym. And it was really easy because it was Elizabeth and Company, and all I had to do was add home offerings. And that's what we really want. We want to be able to offer you upcycled furniture, hand-painted antique furniture. We have some custom pillows coming in. We have some sewing classes that are going to come up where we'll teach you some simple things like how to make your own curtains, how to make your own, just really simple products. Those will hopefully be next fall.
If the online website, Pinterest, was a physical store, and if that store was located in Wareham, then Echo would be it. This small boutique shop features locally sourced, revitalized furniture, art, natural products, and uniquely handmade gifts, in addition to so much more. So tell us about your idea.
For all of us in Wareham, this was our childhood, right? This was that iconic place where we came to shop for our moms or our grandmothers, or we came with our mother or our grandmother, and we were allowed to get that little piece of penny candy and something special to take home often for ourselves, right? But nowadays, we really know that this community especially needs a place where they can come together as community. Mm-hmm. And Wareham's lacking in that right now.
Yeah.
And so I really felt like this building was more important to the community than alive, than empty, so to
Yes.
speak. And so I wanted to bring it back to life. I just did.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, people were very saddened by the idea of the old company store closing.
Absolutely.
And one of the floating ideas out there to why the store ended up closing was the shutting down of the bridge.
Yep.
What do you think of that? Is the bridge a problem?
The bridge is not a problem for me at
Okay.
all. In my heart of hearts, I hope the bridge never opens. For me, it's I would like this place and Tremont, as it grows into the vision that the town has for it, to be a destination. And when you have a destination, you always find a way to get there. When that road was a cut through, I feel like it wasn't a safe space. In the summer when I was here starting the construction on the building and getting this dream to come to life, I had multiple people daily that would come and spend time in that space. And if there was traffic going back and forth at that rate, if it was a cut-through road, people aren't driving through that cut-through road to stop here. They're driving through to get to 28 quicker, and they're not going slow. They're not doing that 5 miles an hour. And I want that outside my store. I want that you've arrived, and I want that space to become a bigger piece of the community open space. So for me, that's my take on the bridge.
There are 3 rooms inside the building, but only one room, the storefront, is currently open to the public. Big dreams await the rest of the building, a classroom and a community space. Now, your store reminds me of another store. It was located on Main Street, Twigs and Tides.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I was there for maybe a couple of years, and then the owner decided to uproot her business. She said business wasn't doing too well on Main Street. We do not have the clientele in Wareham to support such a business, you know, selling little gifts, handmade things, right? So your story reminds me of that, and my question to you is, do you think this is the right store here in Wareham?
I completely believe in my community. I believe that from December 16th, which was our first opening day, we had 11 vendors when we started, and we're already over 35. If there's that many people that are actively making art and making products for sale, there are that many more people out there to purchase them. The store has a bigger mission beyond just being a place you can buy things. It wants to be a place where community can come together. And towards that, we're starting to offer classes and even educational talks and exhibits.
You know, your take is such a fresh take because Wareham's going through a lot of changes, especially with the recreational marijuana wave that is sweeping through the state and throughout the country. Some people in Wareham feel that we are losing our dignity. We are becoming this cheap town. We are losing our morals. We cannot compete with like Marion, Rochester, Mattapoisett, right? All these surrounding neighborhoods that carry themselves with such prestige. And we feel like we're losing our prestige. And here you are, and you're bringing the prestige back, and you're telling us, and you're reminding us that we still have it.
We totally still have it. I was born here. I was raised here. I was lucky enough to go to school in Plymouth for a while. I went to college in Vermont. I know a lot of New England. I was blessed to be able to travel around the United States and visit many little stores like this and live within artist communities for years. And so that community's out there. And from the way people have come in and spoke about the old store, the kindness they had for it, how excited they are that it's back, that community support is there, and those people within our community who believe in our community, they're all there. We just wanted a place where we could come together and show that.
And by coming together, you are pulling artists from Wareham, from all neighboring communities. You're pulling these artists.
Middleborough, Rochester.
Yes.
Yep. Carver, Plymouth. Yep. From everywhere.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh my God, what is going on?
That is actually a vintage. Yeah, you want me to pick up the tray?
Yes.
So these are from Mad Mockingbird. And Lisa, I'm not even sure how Lisa and I found each other, but we have found each other. So this is a vintage tray that's still got sparkles on it from Christmas. And Lisa only paints vintage. So this is actually a Toastmaster tray from the 1950s, most likely. And she paints like Mackenzie Child. She's got a wonderful little table over there. And her attention to detail is like nothing I've ever seen. She actually, and you'll see on Mad Mockingbird's Facebook page, you'll see a grandfather clock she did that is like, it's like, how do you even conceive of that much? But aren't they just beautiful? And all of her work is completely sealed, so you can use it for breakfast in bed. You can use it for when you're sick on the couch and you need chicken soup. And this is an heirloom rolling pin. And anybody knows, if you're trying to make pie for somebody you love, having that extra little bit of joy there is just wonderful. It's really special. Amazing.
It invites you to doing things.
Absolutely.
Echo features artists from the South Coast region. Prominent names such as Skip White of Wareham with his Fanbirds collection, Mark Madden of Onset with his owl wood coverings, to Mad Mockingbird with their antique chessboard paintings.
We are still looking for artists.
Okay.
We only have 35 in this room, and I have 4 more rooms to fill. So,
what kind of artists are you looking for?
Well, anybody who makes anything for home or garden, right? That's the whole spectrum. That's anybody. We have hand-forged railroad ties that have been turned into heart sculptures. We had a door knocker made out of one. I do like to favor things that have some upcycled flair, because environmentally I believe that that is a huge part of my mission, is to do things that create no harm, right? So natural products, woodworked products, things that feature natural things, like Nicolette's little Christmas tree here with all the mussel shells, like those would just end up back in the dump. And yes, they would disintegrate over time, they would compost, but how beautiful to take that, what would have been trash, and turn it into something that's clearly a treasure, right?
Yes.
Beautiful work.
Now, and pointing to that, I think if anything, this store inspires people. They come here, they take a look at some artwork, and they say, "Huh, you are a little sunshine in Wareham, right?" Expressive joy.
I'm trying. It's been a cloudy winter.
Yeah.
You know?
So
it's hard.
Tell me about the reception from this community.
Oh, they are. I think more than anything, they are just so excited to be in the building again.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes they walk through and they're like, "Is this it?" And I'm like, just give me time. Give me time. It took months to get to this space.
Yeah.
And so we're very hopeful that by the end of February, the second room will be ready, and by the end of March, we'll have the whole place at least open. Whether or not it will be fully stocked or not, I want people to be able to come through the building and really say, "Oh my God, it's coming back."
Okay. What are some challenges, if any, that you face here?
Oh, there's tons of challenges.
Okay.
Advertising is the biggest one, right? People don't know that we're back. And currently I have a big pod full of furniture that's going to come in as soon as we finish getting those rooms ready. And that will show people. And then I have to go through Historic District to do my signage. And so that is where I'm hoping that they're very lenient with me. Really beautiful signs, cost a lot of money, so we've got to find something wonderful to just, I'd actually like to hang just a small echo sign under the old company sign, because the old company store sign's still there, and so is the Tremont Nail Company sign on the side of the building. So to take either one down feels like taking down a piece of iconic history.
Yeah.
So I just want to be that little echo underneath.
I'm here.
Yeah. I'm here, they're all still here.
Yes.
The building holds a rich history of the historic Tremont Nail Factory. The watermarks in the wooden beams on the ceiling to the brick around the old fireplace, all are trophies left behind to tell the building's story.
Because before it was ever a store, it was the cooping room. And so when it was the cooping room, the men from Tremont Nail worked over here tirelessly, I'm sure, in a very cold building, making barrels that they shipped the nails all over the United States and probably Europe too in. And so when you look up at the ceiling, and maybe we can shoot that later, you can see the stains on the ceiling are all watermarks. Well, there's no water in the attic above. Those stains are from the steam the men had to use to heat the wood to bend it to fit it into the metal staves they were making. And so that history, I didn't want to paint the ceiling, I wanted to show that off. But I chose to sand the antique beams all the way across, really to draw your eye up, to give character to the room itself. And so even right down to painting the chimney but not painting the bricks, we were just trying to make that the heart of this room, because without that they wouldn't have been able to create that steam, to bend those boards, to tin up the nails, to send them all over the world, right? And if you look at any historic home, cut nails were a huge part of how this world was built. This world that we live in today was built. So without it...
And do you want to preserve that history for us?
I do. That's why I have a bigger mission. You know, my bigger mission is to work with the town and make sure that that property across the street gets its due day.
And they need to work very well with you.
Yeah.
Now, what about, are you facing this kind of challenge where people would question prices? Like, why is this much? I could just go online, go on Amazon,
Absolutely.
and I can purchase there. Why should I come here and purchase a $5 item when I can get it for $1 online?
That's a very good question. And there's plenty of people that are going to go online. Here you're going to get greeted. Not only are you going to get greeted, you're going to get engaged in conversation. If you're willing to converse, then I'm willing. And if you just want to wander around the store, then that comes across in a person's vibe. As we grow the store, That's what you get here. That's what you get for the extra $4. You get to support a shop in your community that supports artists in your community. And those $4 pay for heat, they pay for gas, they pay for heat and gas for that person who's also in Wareham. They help them pay their real estate taxes. They help send their kids to good schools. Every penny you spend in our store goes right back into our community because that's what you're doing. You're paying twice, but you're paying me and you're paying the artist, and all that money goes someplace really important. It doesn't go to shipping costs. I love design, and clearly it's something that I'm working towards, is more internal work, more internal design, because as we get older, we can't spend as much time in the garden as we might have used to, but sometimes the weeding jobs are for other people. But there's nothing wrong with creating the most beautiful space you can afford to on the budget you have, and there's always a way to do it.
Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you.